Hi, Soupy.
Hi, Mummy Bear.
We have another episode of Good Old Chit-Chats.
Yes.
And this week it is with Melanie, or as she's better known, Aeonium Mellie.
Yes.
That's
on her
what she
Instagram.
is on Instagram and social media.
Yep.
Mellie was on Gardener's World in the compilations at the beginning of last year. And
Yes.
she was originally on, I think, in 2022.
Mm.
And in that episode, she showed us all her aeoniums, which were in pots.
Yeah.
And the producer was making her rattle off all the names of the aeoniums.
Yep.
And she certainly rose to the challenge. But what we learnt on this episode was that she, in fact, had more than just those in the pots. She had aeoniums scattered around her garden as well.
Yeah, and with lots of other different interesting plants, which came up all in this podcast. So it's, you may be thinking, oh no, it's just going to be entirely aeoniums. You might be in for a little something different, because
A little surprise.
a little surprise.
Mellie's dream garden is just fantastical.
Oh.
It's, yeah, absolutely a dream garden.
It's a dream garden. Imagination, as she said, has gone wild. She went all the way across the world, came back, and she has the most amazing dream garden with some cool plants. And
Cool plants and cool structures.
Cool plants and cool structures. I mean, there were some amazing different ideas in there.
Yeah, and she had us giggling throughout as well, so we do apologise for the uncontrollable giggles.
Yeah.
We tried our hardest to contain it, but she just, she's infectious.
Yeah, we even had, remember at the end, we'd just finished recording and we all had a virtual hug together.
Oh, yeah.
We all hugged the camera.
Yeah. Mellie talked about various plants. One of them we do talk about is the spotty dotty, and we wondered about how these plants were pollinated. And we briefly thought it might be slugs, and then we rapidly discarded that idea. They are actually pollinated by flies.
Like that one that's buzzing really annoyingly in the corner.
Really annoying one that's buzzing in the corner.
And then it stops every time.
We think it's caught in a cobweb.
Yeah. And then I go over and it just goes, stealth.
It just holds its breath every time you go.
So funny.
But apparently with the flowers of these plants, even though she was talking about the beautiful bloom and how she really loved having it in her garden,
Yeah.
we didn't establish that it was pollinated by flies, and therefore most likely it was going to smell. And apparently it does. It has a pretty foul smelling flower. So.
Okay, we might want to put that in a corner then.
Yeah, far away from the house.
Yeah.
But we talked about all sorts of things. We talked about shoehorn gardening. That's the dog grumbling.
Knocking the microphone.
And now sighing deeply. We talked about plummy-liciousness.
Yeah.
Talked about the Hobbit.
Hobbit, that was a big theme in the garden.
We also talked about Teletubbies, but we talked about vanishing frog bits, which was the highlight for me.
Yes. So our usual format is garden boundary, shed or greenhouse, 5 ornamentals, 5 edibles, 1 statement tree, pond or pool, plus 1 plant, seating area with your drink of choice, and finally 1 plant.
Shall we have a listen?
Yes.
So this is a good old chit-chat with Mellie. Welcome, Melanie, to a good old chit-chat.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you for inviting me. Wow.
That's the energy we like to hear.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
Really lovely to see you. We all had tech issues as always with this setup.
As always,
It's just a shame we can't meet in person, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the stressy bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But once we're over that,
It's all
all
plain
right.
sailing, right?
Yeah.
So we first met you, in inverted commas, on our screen, certainly. I think you must have been on in 2023, but we saw you in the compilations episode of this year.
Oh, right. Yes. The second
Yeah.
showing. Yes.
The second showing. When was the first showing? Can you remember?
Oh, I think that must have been the year before, because it was filmed sort of just towards the end of the COVID lockdowns. So,
wow. Okay.
yes, yeah.
So quite a while before, and you had a whole team come out to you for the day.
I did, yes, but yeah, it was just the sort of recording and producer, and I didn't actually have one of the stars of Gardener's World
You
come.
didn't have a presenter.
No.
I didn't have a presenter, no.
But as we know, the producers and the cameramen are all the stars, because the funniest
They
thing with
are.
you was when they would shove an aeonium into your face.
Yes.
As you would
Yeah.
ideas. It was like this rapid fire of a hand just shooting across the screen.
I was really cross with them because they said, we're going to play a game with you. And I
no.
looked at them and thought, oh no.
So you were completely unprepared for that then?
So I wasn't prepared, and I just thought, oh, how naughty is that?
You
So
did
there was
really
a
well
little
though.
bit of naughtiness mark. I thought, I'm going to answer this as quickly as possible, get it out of the way.
You did. It was absolutely brilliant. You rose to the challenge for sure. We were in hysterics watching it.
We were
It was
absolute
such a funny
hysterics.
segment. And actually, you kind of changed my view of Aeoniums because I hadn't been a big fan. Sweet Pea was always into them, weren't you, Sweet Pea?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well done, Sweet Pea.
I hadn't really. It wasn't that I didn't like them. I just sort of passed them by. I guess because I'm more into the sort of quite blousy and in your face things.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But you changed my view on it.
Oh, thank you.
And then we did some looking up of you afterwards because we reviewed that episode in one of our earlier podcasts, and there was something about how you had you because you got to bring them in the winter, haven't you? Because it's just too cold.
You do, yes, yeah.
And then had you had an issue with losing quite a few from a?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? What year are we in now? I'm telling my age. We're in 2024, and it was December 2022. And we'd had a really lovely, warm autumn up until around about mid-December. And then all of a sudden, we got this shocking cold weather come in. I think it took everybody by surprise. Now, I've been growing Aeoniums for donkey's years, since I was in my early 20s. So I know what the British weather can do. But I'd prepped, I'd bubble wrapped the greenhouses, I'd got them all in, they were all protected, we'd got the heaters on. But on the coldest night during that horrible snap, we had power failure. So we live in quite a remote village, and we lost the electricity overnight.
Oh no!
It was a run up to Christmas. I'd got guests, so
no.
I was sort of, somewhere else in my head, and I kept running past the greenhouses thinking, oh, they look all right. The heaters are on. It's fine. And actually, the heaters weren't on, and they froze.
How upsetting!
It was
devastating,
heartbreaking. I sobbed and I sobbed and I sobbed for about a week, and then I was watching the news, and the Ukraine thing had just kicked off.
Oh yeah.
And I just thought, for goodness sake, Mellie, pull yourself together. It's not the end of the world. I can get back my losses. I've got really good friends in horticulture. Everyone stepped up to the mark and helped me replace the losses.
Didn't a friend of yours
fine.
post something on social media, and then people just started sending you cuttings and things through the
She
post?
did. My lovely friend down at Lullingstone Castle, Deb Zedney, she's an absolute star, and she was really shocked and upset for me, and she set up this link, and I had a little bit of money come in, which was very helpful from really kind people who just donated. Even though these other terrible things were going on in the world, it was really heartwarming, and I'll be forever grateful to her, because it kind of lifts your spirits when you have something like that happen. Yeah,
It does, doesn't it? It's so thoughtful of her.
I mean, I do have quite a big conservatory, and everything in there was fine. So it was only about half of the collection that I lost.
Right.
So I put something like 700 plants into the green bin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So depressing, isn't it?
But you know what? Lesson learned. We went out and we've bought a state-of-the-art thermostat, which
Perfect.
we've got inside the house. So the alarm goes off. You can set an alarm. So if the temperature drops below a certain level, alarm bells ring.
Yeah.
And we changed from electric to gas. So we can sort of monitor the gas really much easier. But
did you change from electric to gas on account of that situation?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I just can't trust the electricity here.
No, you'd just be on tenterhooks all the time, wouldn't you?
Bad weather, things go, astray here.
So you've got a good setup now then?
Yeah, completely different setup altogether, and I'm much more safer now.
Yeah,
I feel much more confident. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's great. And if
but
you go away as well, you can relax, knowing it's all
yes,
right.
yes, yeah.
And what other care do they need during the winter? How regularly are you watering them, or do you just leave them?
Well, I carry on sort of keeping them watered, not perhaps as much as I would in the springtime. I just give them a drop every now and again. I want about once every 4 weeks. So I keep them fairly dry over the winter, and they look awful actually. They drop all their leaves,
Oh, really?
and yeah, and they don't look at their best during the winter months here in the UK. Of course, in their natural environment, that's when they look at their peak.
Right.
So it's
Oh.
kind of an opposite way around here.
Because they're from the Canary Isles, aren't they? There was.
Yeah, the Canary Islands are where the majority of them come from, but there's also a disjunct collection out in the east of Africa
Oh, right.
Oh,
and some
okay.
in Morocco. But of course, they've naturalised all over the world where the conditions suit them. Garden escapees.
Because I think, did Monty say it, or was it just something I read up about Echeveras? How there are Echeveras and Aeoniums, and they originally come from quite different parts of the world. But it's very
Yes,
sort of
yeah,
similar plants, aren't they? So the Echeveras was
yes,
Central
yeah.
America and Mexico, that kind of area.
Yes, but Aeoniums are from these subtropical islands
Yeah,
just off the west coast of Africa.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic. Well, we learned a lot from your segment, and then following your Instagram page as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
We, we had a good trawl through.
Thank
Do
you.
you have a background in photographic art or anything like that? Because you've
No,
got some beautiful
no.
photos on there.
Oh, thank you. I do love a bit of photography. I got my first proper camera, an SLR camera, when I was 21, which was a gift from my father. And that sort of, I've had a camera ever since, really. But
Yeah,
digital cameras are just fantastic, aren't they? It's
amazing.
so much
Oh, so much
easier.
fun.
You can get 100
Yeah,
wrong and one good one.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
And
Just
And
delete.
Instagram's lovely, isn't it? It's such a lovely place to share
Yeah.
your photos. Everyone's so kind on there, and
Yeah. I think
yeah,
especially in the plant world, it
yeah,
seems to
yeah,
be a
yeah.
kind world, the plant world,
That
generally.
community is fabulous. So it's always uplifting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uplifting. It's a good time.
yeah.
Completely.
But I think we should get stuck into your dream garden. So I'm
Okay.
going to hand you over to Sweet Pea, our head gardener,
Hello,
and
sweet
she's going to
pea.
take you through it.
Righty ho. So to start off with your dream garden, because this can be anything you want, wherever you want in the world, what would you like as your garden boundary? So it can be hedges, fences, or you could literally have nothing.
Sweet pea. When I heard that you'd given me this, my head went everywhere,
Brilliant.
Oh,
all over the
brilliant.
world, out to all these different gardens everywhere that I've visited that have all been so fantastic. Dry gardens, subtropical gardens,
Yeah.
tropical
Oh,
gardens.
wow.
They all give me a huge buzz. But at the
Mm.
end of the day, I have come back to Britain. I
Mm.
love the seasons, and I just don't think I could live anywhere else. So
Yeah.
if you think of Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca and the garden at Mandalay, a lovely dingly dell leading down to a cove and a beach, I think that
Oh,
would be my most ideal boundary,
That sounds
with a little
amazing.
stream running down. So sort of Daphne du Maurier's Mandalay, kind of crossed with Bag End and the Hobbits and
All
Hobbiton.
right. Okay. So, so a bit of
crikey.
New
Yeah,
Zealand thrown in then.
yeah. But I mean, the Shire,
Brilliant.
the Shire is just so gorgeous. And because I live in Shropshire, when my kids come home, they always say, "Oh, we're coming back to the Shire."
Oh, lovely. Well, so describe the Shire for us then.
So the Shire is this lovely rolling hills, which there's a lot of farmland, but there's also a lot of wooded areas, and we have the most glorious seasons. So that would be my most ideal garden, the garden at Mandalay, with a little bit of Hobbit thrown in, and
Okay.
this
Oh
lovely
my
dingly
gosh.
dell with ferns and British native trees.
Oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. And then a cove at the
Yeah.
end, the sea in the cove.
Yes, and a little cove all of your own where you
Oh,
can
that
just go
sounds
and
idyllic, doesn't
sit
it?
and yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
wonderful.
that sounds
That
amazing.
sounds bliss. I went to New Zealand, this is before you were born, Sweet
Oh.
Pea, and I did a horse riding trek one time for a week camping, and the horses had been used in the Hobbit
Oh,
and
wow.
the Lord of the Rings series
Oh,
and films. And all the horses were called things like Fire Dance and Flash. And
Oh,
mine was
isn't
this
that
great big,
wonderful?
but my horse was this great big horse called Brian. And Brian was,
Oh,
he was just like
and we
me.
all
He
have
was,
a Brian.
he just loved to stop and eat stuff. And so Flash and Fire Dance were off, the wind in their manes, and Brian and I would stop and would eat things. He was the best. I was so fond of Brian.
Every time I've got on a horse, they've either bolted
Oh,
and
no.
I've been going along, like, being thrown about, or they just won't move.
Sounds like you and I get on the same horses. Anyway, that's an aside. So your boundary sounds absolutely bliss.
this is amazing. I've never heard of this before. Mixing Hobbit with a Mandalay kind of garden with a little cove beyond, New Zealand touch to it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Would you like a shed or a greenhouse in your garden?
Well, it's got to be greenhouse, but I'm thinking more glass house.
Ooh.
I don't know if you have ever been to the National Botanical Gardens of Wales and seen their fantastic glass
No.
house. It's semi-submerged, and I think in my garden I'd like this massively huge glass house that is submerged, and just the glass is just a dome over the top of it. So you go in via an underground tunnel and come out into this fantastic arid dry zone with this big glass roof and all these tropical plants as well. That would be my idea of heaven.
A similar dome to Eden Project, for example?
It's sort of like Eden Project, but sunken into the ground with just the glass dome. A bit
incredible.
like Teletubbies. Let's throw
Yeah.
Teletubbies into the loop as well.
Oh my gosh! A bit like Teletubbies.
Are you making a note of that,
brilliant.
Sweet Pea?
Yes! Oh, this is brilliant.
Fantastic.
And with this huge glass house, are you wanting it kind of nearer the house or farther away
I think
nearer
nearer
the
the
cove?
house. We do not want it spoiling that dingly dell, do we?
No, quite.
Yeah, so to one side, I think, of the house.
Yeah, got it.
Nice. Right. We're now on to the best part for me personally, which is the 5 ornamentals.
Ornamentals, again, I have been round the world and oh gosh, did you set me a challenge here, because I just love everything.
Exactly.
I know,
And
but that's why we do it. We need to kind of
Yeah.
understand what's your favourite.
It's really challenging. Anyway, I think the first one we'd have to go to early spring. And I really love the little Narcissus triandus.
Oh,
The sort of angel's tears, angel's breath, and their little drooping bells, and they've got reflex petals, and they're in sort of beautiful shades of cream and pale lemon. They are so
Stunning.
delicate, so little
they
nodding heads.
They're multi-headed?
Yeah, multi-headed.
oh, lovely.
Oh,
gorgeous.
I just think they're like something from a little fairy garden or a little hobbit garden.
Yeah,
They're
are
just
beautiful.
wonderful.
And they're short, little short
Yeah,
ones.
can be quite short. I also love the jonquils. Those
Oh,
they're
they're
a
lovely.
little bit taller, multi-headed, and lots of beautiful little faces.
I do like the multi-headed ones. We
Yeah.
had just fairly sort of, in inverted commas, bog standard Narcissi for a few years, and then I went to town, didn't I, Sweet Pea, sort of ordering online,
Yeah.
just picking anything that I hadn't really heard of or seen, and
Yeah.
we've got a few of those multi-headed, which there's a delicacy to the delicacy.
Yes,
is that
there
the right word?
is. Yeah.
Yes.
They're very pretty, aren't they?
They
They're
are. They're
gorgeous.
just a joy. And I think if you grow them in a pot, then you can kind of move them to somewhere where you can sort of appreciate them more, by the
Yeah.
back door or something in the winter. You're not always out in the garden so much, are you? And if you could
No.
just have them where maybe you can appreciate them every day, I
Yeah.
just think they are little darlings.
So we obviously know about your aeoniums from the program, but what's the rest of your garden like? Do you have things like narcissi in pots?
I do shoehorn gardening. So I see a plant, I go, oh, I love it, I want it. And then I get home and I go, oh.
There's no space.
And
We can relate to that.
Half an hour going, well, it could go there, maybe not. Or maybe there. No, there's some bulbs that come up there. Oh, I'll put it in a pot.
Just so you got pots everywhere.
So so that's my idea of gardening. It's very full, I suppose, cottage gardening-ish. The other thing I really do try and do is plant for wildlife, and especially our invertebrates, which are in so much trouble. So I do try to have plants that are pollinator friendly.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And coming back to these narcissus before we go on to the next plant, would you like them in your dream garden in pots, or would you like them in the borders?
I think I would have some sort of a meadow, and I would like them so that they come up in drifts, and then they're replaced by something else, and then something else, and then something else, so that you've just got that all year-round interest. And I don't think many people plant enough of these sort of miniature daffodils and explore that sort of early spring market. I think they get a little bit overlooked, and it's such a shame because I just think they're such valuable plants, so pretty.
And lovely having them come up early like they do.
Yeah. And then you get that odd little bee, don't you, out on a warm early spring day, and they need to find a little bit of pollen from somewhere, don't they? Yeah. A bit of nectar.
With us, it's just all the dandelions.
Yes. Nothing wrong with a dandelion.
Nothing wrong with a dandelion.
We might have like a swathes of them, so
Fine.
slightly more problematic.
Good for tortoises, though. We were talking to Martin from Big Cactus Rescue, and he was saying how his tortoise goes and just eats all the dandelions. They run out of them on account.
I would love a tortoise.
Yeah, me too.
I really would.
But now you've got your thermostat going, you'd be all right with a tortoise because you keep them to a good temperature through the winter.
I don't think I've got enough room for a tortoise, so sadly.
Doesn't sound like it.
And with 3 dogs, it's that's probably
3
enough.
of them. Wow.
3 of
what
them.
dogs do you have?
Well, they're just 3 mongrels, really. They're 2 of them are rescues, and they're just a mixed breed.
Yeah.
All sort of a little terrier types.
Oh, lovely. We've got a mixed breed rescue dog.
She's behind me on the sofa.
Oh,
she likes to be involved in these podcasts. You'll hear her grunt at some point. She's quite a grunter.
See if I can show you. She's just there, lying upside down.
Yeah, I can see. Oh,
she's adorable. What would be your second ornamental for this garden?
Oh, right. I think the next thing would be a Daphne. It's Daphne. It's a cross, Transatlantica, Eternal Fragrance.
Eternal Fragrance. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. It makes a small shrub, a nice mound, and it gets covered in these white flowers from April right through to October, and sometimes even later. And the perfume is just absolutely knockout. It absolutely fills the air with this wonderful, wonderful scent.
What
jasmine
sort of fragrance
scent.
is it? Oh, jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Oh.
Yeah. We've had -18, -19 here, and it laughed in the face of that.
That's amazing.
So
it
it's
gets
just
cold.
just the most incredible plant. It has little strappy green leaves, which aren't sort of much to shout about, but all summer long, from spring well into the autumn, covered in these beautiful, fragrant flowers.
Fantastic. And you say it's a shrub. What sort of
Yeah,
size does it grow to?
I should say up to about 1 metre by 1 metre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's maximum.
Does it take a lot of maintaining?
Nope, nothing at all.
Really?
You pop it
brilliant.
in, you give it a good watering. I give it a little bit of feed in the spring, and away it goes.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
How is it when it's very arid and dry? Do you get it very dry up there?
I'm not sure that it would cope too well with much aridness. I think it's okay in full sun, but it does like a little bit of shade I don't think it would cope sort of 100% full sun all the time.
Okay.
But I think it would be fine in most British gardens.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely. I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
No.
it's well worth getting. It's
sounds
absolutely fabulous.
Such a long flowering season as well.
Yes, yeah.
Incredible.
Just
How
an
did you
absolute
discover
joy.
that? Did you just stumble across it?
So, have you heard of John Massey and his garden at Ashwoods? John Massey is just the most fabulous horticulturist. He is quite famous for his hepaticas and his hellebores. He has the most wonderful garden. It's at King's Winford. So John has just the most incredible set of plants there in nursery. It's well worth a visit if you're up in the Midlands at any time. And I first saw it there, and it was the perfume that hit me first. I stood there going, where's that coming from?
Yeah.
And then it was like, ooh, yeah. So that was a purchase from Ashwoods. Every time I go there, I'm only going to spend £50, and no, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think that happens to all of us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I might just pop in to get a dog bone, and I come out with armfuls of plants.
So we've got a nice shrubby plant. We've got a nice plant for in the meadows. What would be your third one?
Oh, right, a third plant. Oh, I think it would have to be helianthemums. Sorry, it's a bit of a mouthful. Or, for short, rock rose or sun roses.
They're amazing, aren't they?
I absolutely love them. They're such delicate little flowers.
But they're so hardy.
So hardy, and they flower their little socks off all through spring. And during the summer months, you get the odd flower out. I just think they're so delicate. I love the range of colours. And I just think they're undervalued.
I agree.
They seem to be out of fashion, and I think it's such a shame, because I just think they're such valuable plants, especially if you've got some walls or a sort of an alpine section. They're easy to look after. You can chop them right back, and they bounce back again. You can take cut-ins. And they're really easy. I think my favourite one is Ben Heckler, which is a sort of rusty, coppery colour with a darker eye.
Oh, right.
There is a really pale lemon one, which is a little bit more tender and a little bit more tricky, and I can't find its name. It's not the Q one. So I'll have to get back to you if I can find that,
we'll
that
do a
name.
bit of searching around.
Yeah, but I think Ben Heckler's my favourite.
Ben Heckler.
So that coppery coloured one sounds absolutely beautiful. We've got some quite sort of pale pink ones and white ones, and I only came across them because we were looking for drought tolerant, low maintenance plants.
Yeah.
And like you say, the flower is unbelievably delicate. We've got some photos on our Instagram, and they look like sort of scrunched up tissue paper, don't they?
They do, yes.
I can't believe how they survive the depths of winter and then the harsh heat of summer.
They're just incredible, aren't they? And such pretty, delicate colours.
Yeah, I like the sound of the copper-coloured one, though. That would be lovely.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. It's and there's a double pink one as well, which is a little bit different. Although I tend to steer away from doubles because of pollinators can't get in. But that's worth adding as well.
They are incredible because it was actually one of the first plants that we kind of put into the garden because we thought, we need something to like make these kind of staples, kind of have consistency around the garden.
Yes.
And they were these tiny plants as about 2 inches tall. Yeah. And they were little tiny plugs, and we were putting them into clay soil, really awful soil. And they are now like shrubs which are about 1 metre by 1 metre. They're enormous. And it's only been 3 years.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah, really quick growth.
Love them.
And great early colour as well.
Yeah, and you can just regenerate them by chopping them right back down to base, and they just spring back.
Oh, right. Should
They're
we be
just
chopping ours
amazing.
down then?
Yeah, I mean,
Possibly.
yeah, if it gets a bit leggy and,
Right.
you know, sometimes you get a bit of old growth underneath,
Mm-hmm.
just literally take the shears to them, chop them right back, and they'll spring back. The following year,
Okay.
you won't know.
And have you done many cuttings from them?
Yeah, they go quite easily from a cutting.
Right, Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be doing
Get
that.
to it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Up next is your fourth ornamental.
Right, I think it would have to be one of the salvia family, one of the
brilliant.
sages.
Good choice.
They're beloved by bees. So many now to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I love them.
And they're so different as well.
Do you like the smell, Sweet Pea? Some people don't like that. They say it's like cat's wee, don't they?
Oh, this is amazing.
Oh,
Thank
this
you,
is-
Melanie. Right, I'm very grateful to have you here because Sweet Pea and I have argued about this. She loves the
Yes.
smell. I say they
Yes.
smell like smelly armpits.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it, especially later in the season. I can't handle the smell. We've got a whole bed of them, and
Yeah.
I can't walk past that bed when they're really fully fragrant.
I think the fragrance is Marmite, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. And me and Sweet Pea are in the love. And
Thank you. Someone
All
on
of my
side.
Todd in the hate.
yeah, I think my absolute favourite is one called Confertifolia. It's absolutely magical. Unfortunately, it is tender here in the UK. It comes from Brazil, and it can grow quite large, over 1 metre tall, and it has the most extraordinary flowers. The inflorescence comes up in a red, velvety, like a candle shape, and then it's covered in little tiny flowers, and they're sort of, well, they say they're red, but they're not. They're a dark orange, and they look red because the actual stalk is this velvety red. And I just find them incredible. I was listening to a previous podcast of yours, and the gentleman was saying how he loves vintage Christmas ornaments. I
Jeff.
do too. So I was
Jeff.
like, gosh, is this a thing that us gardeners are all into? Do we all love our vintage? And they just remind me of a vintage Christmas as well. These red candles.
Yeah.
They're like some amazing Christmas ornaments. Starts flowering sort of late July and goes on just into the frost.
Oh, nice. So it's a
Yeah.
slightly later flowering plant.
Yeah. But I just find them amazing. I just
Incredible.
There's nothing like them. Yeah.
That
I
particular one
love
sounds
them.
stunning. We have a huge variety, but I don't think we've got one like that, have we, Sweet Pea?
We haven't. I think that we have many of the hardy ones
Yes.
and they're in the kind of main garden because in that area it gets scorched by the sun because it's south facing and the drainage is incredibly drainy, so therefore all the water just runs off.
Yeah.
But I have one variety which is not hardy and probably kind of has the same look, but it's on the blue side. So the stem and the calyx are velvet purple, and then the flower in itself is actually blue. Like I've never seen a blue flower like it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds a similar shape, really.
Yeah,
Is that
it is
called
probably
Black and Bloom? Salvia Black and Bloom?
I looked it up because I never know what varieties we have. I just get a plant because I like it.
Yeah.
But I looked it up and I thought it was called a Brazilian blue salvia.
Right.
So that I think
I'm
that's
no
what it
expert.
is. No, but it works incredibly well.
And that's not meant to be hardy, but we have just kept it in the garden, and we think it might be sheltered by some of the other. We got some grasses around it.
Yeah.
And somehow it survives. It disappears and then it comes back.
Wow.
We're always shocked to see it.
Yeah.
And very, very happy, of course.
Yeah. They're just an amazing family, aren't they?
They're an incredibly diverse family as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. I think there's something like 900 species.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
yeah.
Okay.
So the crossing ability there is amazing, isn't it?
And the pollinators absolutely love them. They're always alive.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Go for it.
They can't be beaten, really, can they?
No.
As a garden staple, they're just wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
and
tried
the,
one
and the
before.
and the flowering season is so long as well, isn't
It is
it? You know,
really
It just
long.
keeps on going.
Goes into the winter. Like I've been getting like cut
yeah,
flowers in the winter. It's just
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
You have that salvia, do you? Or...
Yeah, so I keep that in a pot, and then
Right.
once the first frosts sort of start, I chop it back, and I've got a sort of a cabin in the garden, and I just pop it in there.
Do you mulch up the base, or do you just leave it as is?
Yeah, just wrap it in a bit of bubble wrap and pop it in there, and more or less forget about it. Just pour a bit of water over it when I think about it, really.
Yeah, and then when do you bring that out? Once the frosts have
As
passed?
soon as the frosts have gone, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Sounds a
And
great
would
choice.
you, in your dream garden, would you like it in a pot or would you like it in a border?
Oh no, it would go in the border, definitely. Yeah.
In the border. I'll pop that in there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, if people walk past it, they are going to go, whoa, what is that? So
Yeah.
definitely in the border,
Lovely.
yeah.
Right, we're now on to your last ornamental for the garden. So what will that be?
Oh, wow, I think this is one more for the shade. It's Podophyllum spotty dotty.
I love this!
I know, spotty dotty. I love the name for a start off.
It's great.
I love the shape of the leaf. It's that hexagonal sort of shape. It's just so architectural, and I love the colours. There's that sort of red veining, and it makes it look like a stained glass window.
I do know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't grow hostas because I won't kill slugs and snails. So having hostas is just a complete no-no for me. Although I do love them, it's just a pointless task, they're just throwing money away. So this is just the most amazing alternative. It can get slightly nibbled when the fresh leaves come out in early spring. But on the whole, the slugs and snails seem to leave it alone in my garden. I have it in a Belfast sink at the back door where it's sort of in semi-shade. And like I say, it emerges from rhizomes in early spring, and the fresh leaves are just wonderful. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and fills that sort of space by the back door. And then, to my utter amazement, I discovered a few years back that it has the most incredible flowers. But they're hidden underneath it. Yeah, but they're hidden underneath the leaf. So I'm now, from spring onwards, I'm forever lifting up a leaf and peeking underneath to see the flowers there.
What are the flowers like?
Well, they hang down and they're droopy, and they're just beautiful dark red, crimson, ruby colour.
Wow.
Oh.
And then eventually that turns into a red seed pod. So I think if you could get it on a slightly raised position in a garden in semi-shade where you could see that flower, it's just incredible.
So what pollinates that then, if they're hiding there?
I have
light under a
no
bushel?
idea. Absolutely
I wonder
no
what that could
idea.
be. I
mean,
wonder if it's maybe... Could it
a moth?
A moth, maybe, or
possibly.
So the flowers are quite close to the ground, are they?
Yeah, I think that the flowers sort of hang from where the sort of leaf joins its stem, so they hang down, so they're not too close to the ground. They're a good sort of 2/3 of a metre up.
Oh, okay.
It's just that they're hidden by the leaves.
Maybe they're pollinated by slugs.
Maybe.
That's why yours do so well, because you don't like to kill the slugs and snails. Well, that sounds a beautiful flower. I haven't seen the bloom before, so I'm going to have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. I was so I was knocked sideways when I first discovered that I was missing out on this wonderful bloom hiding underneath the leaves.
And the plant's herbaceous, so it completely disappears in winter and then grows really tall through the season.
Yeah, I've never emptied it out of this Belfast sink, but I believe it's like a rhizome in there, so it does slightly run along.
Right.
And so one small plant in a 9-centimetre pot has filled a very large Belfast sink over the last sort of 7 years. Yeah. So I presume you could get it out of there and divide it up quite easily.
So we're now going to go on to the edibles. So this can be herbs to vegetables to fruits, whatever you like.
Right.
So what would
Okay.
be your first one?
Right. Again, you set me a huge challenge. I do have a small allotment. So I do grow my own, well, some vegetables. Unfortunately, the plants that I can't shoehorn into the garden
They all
quite
end up in
often
the
get
allotment.
put down on the allotment. But I think for my first choice would be rocket.
Rocket.
I just think, oh, salad rocket is just amazing. There's different varieties and I love them all. But whenever I eat a piece of rocket, I am suddenly transported to Hilltop Farm, Beatrix Potter, and Mr. McGregor's garden. And I'm there, a little
funny.
bunny rabbit going, chomping away.
So you're rocket.
on salad rocket.
Have you got a good harvest this season?
It's not been bad. It's not been good either. I lost all my runner beans in a frost that we had in mid-June here in
Are you serious?
No.
No.
Where
had
did
a
that come
frost.
from?
If I find out, I'll be having words
Yeah.
with them.
That's extraordinary. A frost in mid-June.
Mid-June, which wiped out my runner beans and lots of sort of tender perennials that I'd put in one of these sort of seed mixes, you know, the pictorial seed mixes.
Yeah.
A lot blackened off, gone.
That's so upsetting. What are you? Oh gosh! So what happened to your Aeoniums?
Fortunately, they were okay.
You're a bit more sheltered in your garden, perhaps.
I am very much aware that here in Clun we can get a frost right up until mid-June. Although I wasn't expecting this one, I always look at the weather forecast, but I had actually covered with just a fleece the more exposed ones, the ones that are in the lee of the wall of the house. I hadn't, but the more exposed ones, and luckily I'd thrown a fleece over them, so I got away with it.
Gosh, so your last frost date is mid-June.
We have a short summer here.
You do,
yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
amazing. Oh, so you
Yeah.
lost all those veggies. So
So
you kind of
sad.
risk it each year and hope it doesn't happen.
Courgettes had to start again. I started the runner beans again, but they haven't really come to anything.
No.
It's just been miserable, hasn't it? It's been a really
It's
miserable
been a
summer.
great summer. Been not like last year.
No.
So rocket, and do you just eat rocket in a salad, or do you make pestos with it? Or do you have
I
any-
tend to just eat it on the allotment.
So it doesn't even make it into the salad bowl.
It doesn't get home.
Oh, I love it.
that. And also because I did try some rocket this year and I did the annual rocket. Do you have what type do you have? Do you have the annual, the perennial?
I like to buy the one that comes again, so the sort of perpetual
Perennial
one.
one.
But I've tried them all and they're all delicious, aren't they? I mean, it's just
Yeah,
that
I do like them.
peppery blast of flavour
Yeah.
in your mouth. It's just joyous.
Yeah, yummy. We did. The reason I asked about pesto, I keep banging on about this on all our podcasts, but we had a big patch of rocket, and we did this square foot gardening where you really cram all the plants in.
Yeah.
So we got a
Yeah.
lot of it, and then I started making a pesto with the rocket leaves and with some pine nuts and parmesan and garlic and olive oil and some lemon
So
juice.
good.
Really tasty. Yeah, that
Ooh, I
pepperiness with some pasta or on top of some salmon. I'd sometimes put it. Really yummy. So we got
it
more
sounds
into rocket as a
delicious.
result, didn't we, Sweet Pea?
I love it so much. Brilliant. So what is going to be your second edible plant?
Well, for me, it's a non-brainer. It has to be broad beans.
Oh, yummy.
I do love a broad bean. They're such a versatile vegetable. But again, there is just something delicious about opening that little furry case.
Yes.
And inside that, lovely soft gorgeousness in there. These little
Yeah.
beans that just look like little babies to me. I just think there's something
So
wonderful about harvesting broad beans. And for me, they're very easy because we have that short growing period here. They're a vegetable that I can put in really early in the season. It doesn't get affected by
Don't have to worry, do
late
you?
frosts. I mean,
Oh, good.
I think a little bit of black fly, but it doesn't seem to affect the plant too much. And I always just have a reliable bumper crop.
Yeah.
And I think broad beans have been moved into the superfood category just
Seriously?
recently.
Well, that's good
So,
news.
Yeah.
It's a win-win, isn't it?
yeah,
We tend to put our broad beans in the
yeah.
winter and then harvest them. We get a lot of black fly as well, but I have a new
Yes.
technique for that, Melanie. This when I'm then podding and getting all the beans out, a lot of the black fly fall into the dish as well. But I cook them up and then I crack some pepper on top, and Sweet Pea has no
Nobody
idea that
knows. Yeah,
exactly. Added bit
fabulous.
of protein.
That is so rude.
It works well.
Oh, I do not trust you.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't trust
No.
me.
No.
So superfood, that's good news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like to cook that. I think it's really trendy at the moment to what they say double shell them, don't they? When
All right.
you sort of part cook them and then take the outer case off, leaving the inner
Oh.
green thing.
Oh,
That
yummy.
seems to be really the trendy thing to do, but I don't bother too much with that.
No.
I like them with I quite like them cold. I mean cooked, but then left to chill off.
Yes.
And I love bulgur wheat. I don't know whether you're
We
a
do, yeah.
fan,
We're having
but I
bulgur
cook
wheat
up
today.
yeah. Bulgur wheat with some pine nuts and some salt and pepper and some broad beans and maybe a few other nuts such as walnuts and that. Oh, delicious. Lovely
Oh, yummy.
nutty flavour.
Melanie,
Yeah,
this is such coincidence because this morning we were talking about what we'd have for lunch, and Sweet Pea
Yeah.
said bulgur wheat because we're harvesting our French beans and peas at the moment, and
yeah,
and our cucumber. And we like mixing that in with couscous or a wheaty base.
yes,
So
yeah.
that's what we'll do today, Sweet Pea. I'll put some pine nuts in and some walnuts.
Yeah, I literally said to Mama Bear that we're out of couscous. Can I use bulgur
Yeah.
wheat? She was like, "That's
Yeah.
brilliant."
Do you add anything in when you're cooking your bulgur wheat? Because I usually put sort of like a vegetable stock cube in
Oh,
just to
right.
give it a little
Oh.
bit of an extra
Bit more flavour.
flavour.
Oh,
That's a good
well, I'll
idea.
take that on board. Actually, I'll do
Yeah.
that today.
And do you put a dressing with your bulgur wheat and broad beans?
Well, I'm really boring, really. I just buy the plant-based mayo.
Right.
Oh, yummy.
So are you plant-based?
Yes.
Okay. Are you vegan?
I try my best to be 100% vegan. I do occasionally get it wrong.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to be 100%.
It's quite
I
hard,
have
isn't it?
terrible problems with my feet. And
Oh.
the last time I saw a foot specialist, he said, "What are you wearing?" I said, "Well, they're my usual summer sort of plimsoll." And he said, "Made out of canvas, you need leather shoes."
Oh,
I was like,
Oh,
"Damn
no.
it!
that's a
I
shame.
don't want leather shoes."
So how long have you been
Oh.
plant-based for?
Well, I started along this road back in the 1980s.
Oh.
I slipped back into vegetarianism when I had my children and then went back to being vegan afterwards. It was really difficult being vegan actually in the 1980s.
I can imagine it was
I can
really
imagine.
Yeah.
That's awful.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very limited, and soya milk was just disgusting. It was the only milk alternative available, and it was vile.
Not nice. What milk do you have now?
I absolutely love oat barista.
Yeah.
In coffee, it's just delicious.
Yeah.
And it makes
That's interesting.
wonderful porridge. Absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful
Of
porridge.
course. Yeah.
And I have soya in tea. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a new thing, and Mama Bear doesn't get it at all. She likes her green
Right.
tea, but I like a
Yes.
good cup of black tea, and then I pour in some hazelnut milk to it, and it's
Oh, nice.
amazing.
Oh, I haven't tried that. Now I'll pop that on my list.
Hazelnut milk's good.
Yeah.
I used to have oat milk.
Yeah.
And now it's hazelnut. And whenever I had oat milk, I remember having these guys come to install a dishwasher, and I offered to make them a cup of coffee, and they said, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." And I said, "Milk, sugar?" I said, "Yeah, milk, 2 sugars." And I made this coffee, glugged in the oat milk, and they declared it was the worst cup of coffee they'd ever had in their entire experience. More recently, I had builders, and I was using the hazelnut milk, and I did warn them that I have a reputation for making the worst coffee in existence. And they said that the hazelnut was okay. It added a bit too much sweetness. One of the builders who doesn't like the sweet taste. And they persevered with it for a while, but then they did turn up on the Monday morning with their own bottle of cow's
With their
milk.
own milk.
Would you mind just popping that in our tea and coffee?
Oh, bless them.
I still haven't got it quite right, but we love it.
We love it, so that's fine.
Yes, yeah, good for you.
What would be your third edible plant?
Oh, I think it has to be Florence fennel.
Oh,
Ah,
lovely.
I love all the fennels. I love popping fennel leaves into salads. I like that aniseedy taste. But if you go and buy a Florence fennel from a shop, it costs you a small fortune. You need a mortgage. So I like growing it on the allotment because, it's just such a cheap alternative.
Yeah.
Is it easy to grow?
I find it fairly easy to grow. It's obviously better if you have a different summer to what we've just had. It does tend to like a more Mediterranean summer,
Oh, okay.
I must admit. But yeah, I have good success with it on my mini allotment, and I just find it delicious.
I love fennel. And how do you prepare that?
Well, I like it chopped up just in a salad.
Oh, so you have it
But
raw.
as the hobbits would say, smash it, boil it, pop it in a stew.
See, I'm gathering you're a big fan of gel
The
chicken.
Hobbit.
Well, I just like looking at the scenery.
It's great scenery.
Yeah, and those hobbits have such wonderful little gardens
Yeah.
with all the nasturtiums
Yeah.
growing around the picket post fencing
That's
and
so true.
whatever. It just looks amazing.
So fennel, that's an idea, Sweet Pea. We haven't thought about growing fennel.
Definitely one to try.
Yeah, if you like aniseedy flavour, I think
Yeah.
you'll like Florence
I do.
fennel.
Did you say that's perennial?
Florence fennel, you have to start off from seed, and it grows like the ordinary perennial fennel, but then you get this bulb, this white bulb, which you then pull up from the ground and chop it up, boil it, pop it in a stew.
That's perfect.
Bingo, we've got it. What would be your fourth edible?
Fourth edible, right. Oh, it's got to be a Victoria plum.
Oh, very different.
To me, there is nothing like picking a warm, juicy plum off a tree that's just been sunbaked and that plummy-licious flavour in your mouth. It just bursts. Oh, just
Lovely.
wonderful. And of all the plums, I think Victoria plum just does it for me.
They're your favourite.
Have you got it in your garden?
In my parents' garden.
Okay.
There is not enough room here in my own garden, but when we eventually move house, which we will do at some time in the future, I'm having a Victoria plum.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely.
Why will you be moving in the future? Are you wanting more outdoor space?
I want more outdoor space. And we have a lovely cottage here in Clun, but the garden just isn't big enough for my needs.
Yeah, I get it.
For your dream garden.
Need space to run free.
Yes.
Just like I want to do down every long walk. I just want to run down a long walk.
For some reason,
Yeah.
Sweet Pea wants to run down a long walk in a wedding dress. That seems to be her imagination at the moment.
Yeah, with your doggy.
With her doggy and her trainers.
With my dog.
Yeah.
It's because of these Gardeners World reviews that we've seen these gardens with these long walks, and every time a long walk with a long border comes up, I just think of running down it. I don't know why, but I just want to run.
Yeah.
Oh, to be 16 again. Hey, Melanie. There's no running happening here. Just slow hobble.
We've got 4 edibles, so going to need your 5th one, and that will be kind of
Okay, here we go for the
main
5th one.
ones.
I'm sorry if this is a bit off piece, but it has to be a blackberry.
love,
for
not
me,
off-piste.
foraging is just one of the joys in life, and to go foraging for blackberries is something that I've done since tiny child. And at Christmas, instead of having a Christmas pudding these days, my family all say, can we have a crimble crumble? So it's always blackberry and apple crumble on Christmas Day, and then they can
Lovely.
choose custard, ice cream, or whatever they want with
And
it.
that's called a crimble crumble if it's
A
got apple and
crimble
black-
crumble.
Lovely. Is
Crimble
that just
crumble.
your family
It's a cool
name for
name.
it?
I think they got it from a TV series they were watching, but it is a family thing now. Crimble crumble, please, Mom.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. How do you do your crumbly bit of the crumble?
I use a vegan margarine and just some flour and some brown sugar. I like to put a few oats in there or some walnuts, but my husband doesn't like that, so we have to make a compromise. And he doesn't like brown sugar, he likes white sugar. So I usually end up making two Crimble Crumbles.
That doesn't sound like a compromise
You could have this
to me.
one or this one. No, that just sounds like we'll do both.
It just sounds like double the effort.
Yes.
You have a very lucky husband. That sounds lovely. So blackberry bushes in the garden?
No, no blackberries in the garden. I have to go off foraging for those.
Oh, right.
But
in
so
your
I
dream
have my
garden?
spots. I think if they were in my dream garden, they would be sort of on the periphery by that dingly down where I could go and forage for them.
Yeah.
Maybe some mushrooms there as well that pop up
Oh
that
my
you can
gosh.
go and harvest too.
I love
Some nice
it.
field mushrooms.
This
Yum.
dingly dell.
Yeah.
Oh, love
A
it.
ferny dingly down.
Well, now we come on to a very big subject because this can be your statement piece in the garden. What would be your statement tree?
Oh gosh, I have thought long and hard about this, and I've swapped so many trees around for this
It's hard
episode.
to
It's
choose one,
untrue.
isn't it?
Really
But I'm
hard.
going to go with little drum roll. The cedar of Lebanon.
Ooh, cedar of Lebanon.
Lebanon. Ah, what a tree. What a statement piece. You always see them in sort of stately homes and huge parks, and the shape and the majesty of it, the vastness of this tree, I just think it is incredible. And you know, okay, my dream garden we'd have to transport a huge tree into it,
Yep,
but that's
no
okay because
problem.
it's magical.
Do it somehow.
But it's there it goes.
Magic.
And a swing. I want a swing.
With a
So,
swing.
yeah.
This brings back childhood memories.
Yeah. Or even a tree house.
Oh, wow. This sounds incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Cedar of Lebanon.
Yeah.
So we're talking a good sort of couple of 100 years old. You want it?
Yeah, I think the first tree was planted in the UK in 1646
Wow.
by
Whoa.
Dr. Edward Pocock at his rectory in Wantage near Oxfordshire. And that tree still exists today.
Incredible.
So it's still there.
Gosh, that's worth a visit.
So they're a long-lived tree. I think they can get damaged. I think lightning tends to find them, so there's a bit of lightning. And sometimes you get big boughs break off.
Sure.
But the shape of them. I love the colour as well. It's a sort of a glauky, bluey green.
Lovely.
And then you get these sort of pine cones that sit on top, so instead of hanging down, they're sort of ones that sit like candles.
Little
Like
candles on a
candles.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, another candle.
Another
Yeah. But this time a short, dumpy candle.
Yeah.
Any pests or diseases associated with it?
No, I don't think so. And I think it is quite good for British native wildlife. I think it creates quite a good home for insects and birds. Although it's never going to match that of an oak tree or a willow or a silver birch. So I feel a bit bad about that.
That's okay.
I feel a bit bad about not choosing one of those.
You've got
but this
plenty
is a
in the garden.
Yeah, you're doing plenty for the wildlife with your dream garden.
Trust me. Yeah. Plus you have a dingle dell, so there we go.
Exactly. Full of oaks.
I mean, what people aren't going to see is the fact that I'm very pale skinned. So I just don't do sun. As soon as I go into the sun, I go into an itchy, bright red
that's not
of ugliness.
Yeah.
So sitting under the shade of a cedar tree would be absolutely wonderful.
On
my
your
swing.
Exactly.
Or in my tree house.
I love the idea of the swing.
Yeah.
At Sweet Pea's grandparents' house, her granddad got neighbours to help him hurl a rope over the branches of an oak tree, and this long swing, so that we would have
Really
to pull
long.
Sweet Pea, keep walking back and back with her, and then swing her, and the swing
I'd
would
just
just
go
go for
flying.
ages and ages because it was so
wow.
long. He never did things
It was
well
so
to
much fun.
Grandad, did he?
Oh, I bet. What
Never.
lovely memories,
Yeah.
Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
So would you like a pond or a pool for your garden, and you get one plant to go in that little area?
It has to be a pond. It has
Lovely
to be
pond.
a pond. I grew up on the edge of Cannock Chase, and we were very lucky. We had a natural pond in the garden and a sort of very large lakey type pond next to our house, with the same two swans throughout my childhood and youth.
Wow.
So they were there throughout my young life, and they'd have babies and they'd go. And I just had this connection with these two swans. They quite often attack visitors or fishermen that arrive. They'd sort of fly across the pond with their wings flapping like mad. Or if they thought I was being threatened in any way, they would flap across like crazy and scare the person off.
But they were never aggressive towards you because they trusted you.
Never, not once.
That's a lovely story.
That's wonderful.
Really lovely.
So, and the both ponds, the one in the garden and the lake at the side of the house, which had the swans on it, had lots of streams connecting into them. And I used to spend my childhood watching water voles, crayfish. Just love natural water. To me is just a joy.
God, that sounds
I
idyllic.
even had a pet pike. He just used to sit in one part of this lake where I used to sit on an old stump, and I used to gaze into the water, and he'd be there looking back up at me. And when the fishermen used to come along, they used to say, "Where's the best place to fish?" And I'd go,
"Over there."
Away from where I knew where the fish were.
Oh wow, that sounds amazing. And is this your parents' place? Are they still there?
No, they moved away, and so that's all gone now. And but I hold very dear memories of living on the edge of the chase there, and the trees and lovely things, wildlife that you get.
Yeah, so much wildlife you grew up with.
Yeah. Lots. Yeah.
With your pond, would you like it to be quite a big pond?
I think
whereabouts
so. Yeah.
in the garden? Oh, biggish.
So I think this would have to be on the sort of opposite side to that submerged glass house. So sort of garden space with the cedar tree in the middle, leading down to the dingly ferny dell, down to the sea. One side the glass house, the other side the lake.
Amazing.
Lovely.
I don't want much, do I?
And do you want your swan friends on that pond?
Oh, yes, please.
And what's your plant for that area, for the pond?
I think it would have to be British native frogbit.
What's frogbit?
Right,
yeah, what is that?
It's not a well-known plant. It's a little bit like a miniature water lily.
Okay.
So the leaves float on the surface like a little platform. They're about maximum of 8 to 10 centimetres across, so just like a water lily, the same shape.
Okay.
And then they have tendrils that hang down into the water, and they have a little white flower that emerges in the summer with a yellow eye. And I just think it's a magical little plant, and it seems not very well known. So I treasure mine. But the other thing is it completely vanishes in the winter.
All right.
And it turns into a little capsule and drops to the bottom of the pond and stays there all through the winter, sits it out all through the cold seasons, and then re-emerges. It must somehow magically float to the top and unfurl into this lovely little lily pad leaf.
How interesting. So it's not actually rooted in anywhere.
No.
You've just got these tendrils coming down.
It's just floating. It's just
that sounds amazing.
There. It's just magical.
You mentioned did you say you've got one currently?
Yes, I have.
So you've got a pond where you are now?
Yes, I've got a fish pond with ornamental fish in it. I have a small wildlife pond. I then have another small wildlife pond. And then I
wonder you haven't got room for your cedar plant.
Yeah.
I then have a micro pond, which is for hoverfly larvae. but it's only about 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and it's in this pot in an old stone sink, and it's there so that hoverflies can lay their larvae in it, and there's like leaves in there to encourage them to do that. But I've had it there for at least 10 years, and I haven't had any hoverfly larvae in there yet.
Yeah.
But I do occasionally get a frog in there. And he almost fills the space,
Yes.
and it's like he's in a hot tub.
This is great.
Yeah,
This is nice.
that's it.
Chilling.
Yeah.
So wait, your garden sounds like it's
Yeah.
a fairly decent size with all these ponds.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's small, but I suppose if you're going with average size gardens, it's on the larger side of average.
Okay.
But I always think it's minute.
I mean, your dream garden is huge, so I
Yes.
think we know what your minute size is going to be.
Do you have much trouble with mosquito larvae?
We do get mosquitoes. Not in the fish pond because obviously they eat them all. But obviously there are some in the smaller of the ponds, like the little hoverfly lagoon. You get mosquito larvae in there, and in the smaller pond that I have, there's quite often quite a few in there.
Yeah,
Ugh.
bit of a pain, isn't it? That's the only
so
trouble
awful.
with the water.
Yeah.
You've got this background of having lived with this amazing sort of a lake and a pond and all the wildlife around you, and you know, obviously a collector of aeoniums. You've got the National Collection, haven't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. Yes, one of the national collections.
So is your background in horticulture?
Sadly not. When I was at school, I didn't do very well. I didn't fit in at school. I was always frightened, and I used to try and hide in the library, and I used to look at the botanical section.
Yeah. It's a nice place to hide.
and
by the
try
way.
and hide behind the botanical book. So I think I'm probably on one of those spectrums where, I just don't do well in that sort of environment. I was quite bullied at school. So I think plants and wildlife have always been my escape.
Sanctuary.
That's where I found my friends. That's where I found, the ease and the escapism from the world. So I asked when we were choosing our options if I could go into botany of some sort. I said I'd like to be a horticulturist, and they said no, that's for boys.
You're not serious.
You can't.
How
You can't do that.
incredibly backward. So you cited off Dorothy Jekyll and all these various amazing female horticulturists.
I was told nope, you can't do that. I asked to go to horticultural college and was told no, it's for boys, you can't go.
Unbelievable.
No way.
Yeah. So I yearned for my first home so that I could have a garden, so that I could start growing things. So I started selling fuchsias from my front gate
Right.
when I got my first home, and I used to sell tomato plants and anything I could, and then that just used to get put back into buying bags of compost and buying more plants. And so I had my little mini sideline there, but for the best part of 20 years I was a nurse. I think, although I wasn't a bad nurse, I think it was probably the worst job that I could have ever have chosen.
Really?
Because I just wanted to be outside and in a greenhouse somewhere.
Yeah.
My parents wanted me to be a nurse, so I went down that rabbit hole, and just always longing to be outdoors and in my greenhouses and growing and not nursing. But I got to a phase a few years ago where children had grown up and fledged the nest, so that opened quite a few doors, and I'm back living my best life.
So you're now
Growing.
You're growing. That's what you're spending time. You finally got your dream,
yeah.
being outdoors and
Yes,
amongst plants and wildlife.
Oh, brilliant.
I think it's a really relatable story, actually, everything you've said. I think, apart from the whole, no, you can't because that's a man's world bit, which I can't understand, and hopefully that's a thing of the past.
It's such a shame, because I think our teachers are so pushed into this performance thing with Ofsted.
Yeah.
And the outdoor activities, I think they try their best, but and a lot of schools have got gardens and keep bees and
It's
things
certainly
like
getting
that.
better,
But
isn't it?
yeah, there's the woodland sort of schools, isn't there? Forest
Yeah,
schools
forest
and
schools,
things
that was
like that.
it. You used to do a bit of that,
Yeah,
Sweepy.
which are
I used to have that when I was younger.
yeah, oh how
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
Mm.
that must be lovely. Yeah, shame they weren't around a few
Yeah.
decades earlier.
But lovely
But
that you're, as you say, living your best life now. And
yes, yeah.
Exactly.
very interesting story. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
What would be your ideal seating area that you can sit back and relax in, and you can have your ideal drink for this area, and you get one last plant? This is your final plant for the whole garden.
Right. Well, I think that seating area would probably, apart from the swing
Yeah, I was just going to
underneath
say.
the Cedar of Lebanon.
You can't hold a drink in a swing, can you?
Yeah. Let's go down into the Dingley Dell.
Oh, yeah.
And amongst those ferns, just before it breaks into the cragginess of that ocean, let's have a lovely big stone seat.
Wow.
And we can throw a couple of cushions on so that we don't get piles. And am I allowed to say that?
Of course you are. Of course you can. I mean, you're the nurse.
Yeah.
So if Nurse Melanie says you need your cushions so you don't get piles, then we could have this cushion. And of course, because it's a dream garden, the cushions never get damp at night, so you can leave them out 24/7.
Absolutely.
Which is always the
always
issue with
plumped
cushions.
up
Yeah.
and
They won't rot.
extremely soft. And I think my last plant is a plant that I'd make my favourite drink with. So it would be a lemon verbena, limoncello.
Amazing.
I don't know whether you've tried lemon verbena, limoncello.
No.
But it makes the best tea in the world.
So we've got a verbena here, which we, pluck the leaves into that. But
But this one's lemon. It has to be limoncello. I've got a label here.
So that's the name of the verbena. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Verbena, limoncello.
Yeah, and oh my goodness. So I buy a plant in spring. I don't manage to keep it over winter because I've got so many plants I have to overwinter that I just haven't got room for my drink one. But I started off in early spring, and you just break off the young growing leaves, the growing tips, pop them into a teapot, pour on some boiling water, wait 5 minutes, and you get this delicious lemony fruity tea. It's just absolutely knockout.
Wow.
It's a gorgeous colour as well. It's a real sort of yellowy, luscious colour.
The leaf or the tea?
Oh,
the tea itself. Right. It comes out this beautiful, really pretty colour.
Yeah.
So I think sipping a nice big mug of that on my stone seat with my plumped up cushions, looking out to sea, surrounded by ferns in my dingly dangly.
Some blackberries over there. Maybe some mushrooms.
Oh my god, wow, this is incredible.
This is
reaching out for a blackberry.
Yeah. just within reaching distance. And then behind you is a sunken domed greenhouse and
a massive cedar tree, a meadow, and
you don't ask for
and
much.
a huge lake. No.
With 2 swans on it. Well, I think actually, Sweet Pea, if you could run us through what we have got to make sure we've got everything.
This could be really hard to run back through. This is amazing.
Take a deep breath.
Okay. So I'm going to read back your garden, just make sure we've got everything in check. So your garden boundary, you've got this dingly dell with mushrooms and ferns, with then a little cove at the bottom with your beach and the ocean beyond. It's kind of got a New Zealand twist, Hobbit twist to it. Kind of like the garden at Mandalay, with some British native trees and a little stream trickling through it. Then you asked for a glass house like the one in the National Botanical Garden of Wales, partly submerged with a little tunnel going into it, and then you come out into this nice arid zone. And you said it was a bit like the Teletubbies, but we can put that to one side.
We'll leave the Teletubbies out.
Yeah, and this was going to be near the house to one side. Then for your 5
Yes.
ornamentals, we had the Narcissus triandus in a meadow, Daphne transatlantica, eternal fragrance.
Yeah.
Your helianthemums,
Yeah.
Ben Heckler.
Yeah.
Your salvia convertifolia.
Convertifolia. Yeah.
And finally, your podophyllum spotty dotty, which is in the slightly raised pot so you can see those beautiful flowers. Then, for your 5 edibles, slightly easier names to say, rocket, broad beans, Florence fennel, Victoria plums, and blackberries on the periphery, slightly further down the Dingle Dale.
Yes.
Then your one statement tree is your cedar with a swing and a tree house, lots of shade in the middle, nice big statement tree.
Yes.
Then you have a big pond/lake, because we need to put that in there, with your true swans in it, opposite the grass house with your frog bit plant in there.
Yes.
And your favourite seating area to finish everything off is your beautiful stone seating area with cushions down in the Dingle Dale amongst the ferns with your limoncello plant and your tea.
Yes.
Wow, what a ride
Isn't
that
that
was.
amazing?
This is just the most spectacular garden.
Oh, thank you.
Really good. Like, I can really picture
Well, you're
it.
welcome anytime.
To come and stay in your... come sit on your stone bench.
Yes.
I am so coming.
We'll have a little party, don't we?
Yes.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, you are so welcome. It's been absolutely delightful talking to you both. I've so enjoyed it, and you've really stretched my imagination into all sorts of places, and that for me is just an absolute delight.
Fantastic. That's been a good old chit-chat with Melanie.